The Mortal Kombat series has seen its share of crazy events, but its variety of guest characters is something else. Horror movie icons, comic book legends, and action stars alike have fought in the roster at some point, but which ones stand out? Let's rank the best guest characters in the entire Mortal Kombat series, starting with the decent and ending at the utterly OP. These rankings primarily focus on a character state at launch. Before we go ahead, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos every single day, and your support really helps us out. With that out of the way, let's start. Leatherface. Other fighters in Mortal Kombat X are undoubtedly more effective, but the look and feel of Leatherface is well done. Whether you're driving a chainsaw into an opponent's shoulder, stunning opponents with chain sparks, or going into berserker stance, there are some decent to good ideas here. It's almost enough to make you forget about literally everything that's gone wrong with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. Unfortunately, it's not enough to help the mass murderer rise from the bottom of the rankings. ROBOCOP. While our favorite ROBOCOP's debut in Mortal Kombat 11 wasn't the most anticipated, it's hard not to be a little disappointed with him at launch. Yes, he has abilities like Riot Shield for parrying lots of different attacks, but much of his kit relies on zoning the opponent while better zoners exist. This includes keeping them at a distance with the Auto 9, creating an electric shield to retaliate against attacks, though this requires both an offensive and defensive meter, and using rockets to blow them away. If you're keen on punishing anti-airs, then ROBOCOP is an option, just not the very best. But hey, once again, the look of the character is top-notch, and watching the ED-209 shred an opponent during a fatality is pretty great. Jason Voorhees. Friday the 13th icon Jason Voorhees brings his iconic hockey mask and machete to the Mortal Kombat universe in MKX. Along with some general moves like Killing Machine, which provides armor against most attacks, he has 3 variations to choose from: Unstoppable, Relentless, and Slasher. Each has their own unique moves, with Slasher perhaps being the best due to its grab attacks, shoulder charge, and combo potential. It's also fun to get a damage increase when his health goes down, or to reverse an opponent's controls in Relentless. Overall, a solid addition to the roster, and while not the best character, seeing all of his familiar antics is awesome. Freddy Krueger. The Nightmare King himself, Freddy Krueger, is an interesting case. His moveset in Mortal Kombat 9 isn't super crazy. He can create spikes from underneath an opponent, throw his gloves as a projectile, and teleport with Dream Shift. If you're relying on specials or slotting him into a team, then he can be pretty decent. But this is yet another character that horror buffs will enjoy more than anyone else. The Terminator. If you enjoyed the slower pace with Jason Voorhees, then the Terminator in Mortal Kombat 11 is fairly similar. In terms of abilities, he has a lot more to offer, from being able to carry all projectiles with Killing Machine to slamming an opponent and breaking their armor. Running Man also allows the potential for strong combos, while Death Grip can make for an effective anti-air or a powerful combo setup when amplified. Despite how stiff he might appear, the Terminator can dish out some very strong damage with some very reliable setups. Alien. XENOMORPH. A bug at release which prevented the character from being trip-guarded made it especially broken, but the XENOMORPH is a capable enough fighter on its own. Its 3 variations in MKX can deal strong damage, and the number of 50/50s means you'll get caught out sooner or later. Outzoning it and countering certain specials is key, but dealing with its acid, especially when the acidic variation comes into play, could be extremely frustrating with its damage over time. John Rambo. Several characters have a variety of different moves in their repertoire, but John Rambo's utility is something else. Along with Savage Slide and Shoulder Roll for closing the distance, he can utilize Snare Trap and Claymore to zone out an opponent, the latter causing unblockable damage. His hunting bow can fire up to 3 arrows at a time, but he could also pull out an M60 to gun opponents down. And what would Rambo be without the ability to fight through the pain? MRE sees him eating an insect to restore health with diminishing returns, though it can restore a whopping 23% under the right conditions. KRATOS. Exclusive to the PS3 version of Mortal Kombat 9, KRATOS can feel a bit slow at first, especially compared to his Soul Calibur iteration. But he can dish out some pretty hefty damage and has a number of different tools to catch an opponent off guard, whether it's Apollo's Bow for ranged damage, parrying attacks with Golden Fleece, or stunning with the Head of Helios. Plus you get the nifty Zeus's Rage, which is a nice throwback to the QTE style moves of the older games. The Joker. From out of nowhere, the Joker quickly cemented himself as one of the stronger characters in Mortal Kombat 11. Punching Bag offers great range, and the Batman doll can be used in a variety of ways, from knocking an opponent back on hit to attacking from range. Countering him requires keeping his long-range attacks in mind and either patiently closing the distance or punishing during his recovery. But with such a strong neutral game and a variety of unpredictable moves, he can be frustrating to fight. Then again, if you're playing as the Joker, driving your opponents insane fits the character to a T. Predator. Playing as Predator, especially when you fully grasped his kit, can feel unfair at times. Along with traps for zoning and a medikit to heal himself at the cost of stamina, Plasma Shot can be used as a straight-up projectile or as a plasma caster to shoot in different directions, and used for juggling in the corner. Both Hish-Q10 and Hunter can be great variations, providing excellent combo opportunities, but that doesn't mean the Warrior variation is completely useless either. While Predator does lack in some areas, namely in mobility and neutral attacks, his overwhelming strengths are more than enough to compensate. Spawn. For one of the most requested, if not the most, guest characters ever, one would think that Spawn's combat prowess would be overhyped. Instead, it went above and beyond all expectations to the point of feeling borderline broken, at least at launch. You have abilities like Soul-Shattering War Club, which can break armor, dealing increased damage when it does. Want to fight from range? Necroblast and Blaze of Glory, the latter capable of parrying low attacks, are available. Spawn can even regenerate his offensive and defensive meters faster with Plasm Pool, bypass all crushing blow requirements with Soul Forfeit, and utilize his Fatal Blow above 30% health with Invoking the Legion. And that's all without augments. Long story short, Spawn rules. So what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and we would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.